So I've released my latest single called Back in Ill City with my mate King Sozi. So I am going to show you step by step on how to go about registering this song with SAMRO, SAMPRA, and Capasso. So I'm going to head over to my PC and show you step by step how I'll go about doing this. And one last thing, I do have a mini course titled Understanding Music Publishing in South Africa. It's a cheap course just to get you to understand why you want to register, but I'm going to head over to my PC and show you step by step how to go about registering a song with a featuring artist.
So the first thing you want to do is go to SAMRO's website, samro.org.za. Now, you have to be a member already of SAMRO to be able to do this. So I'll leave a link in the description for how to register with SAMRO. This is just to register a song, otherwise known as notification of works. So on the right-hand side, member online portal. So you go into the portal. So this is how the portal looks. So username, password, and then click on sign in. Then you enter into the SAMRO portal. So I'm going to notify new work. So where it says My Music, click on where it says My Music. And then on the left-hand side, you go for New Notification. Let me just zoom in a little there. New Notification. And then you go. So the first thing, no assignment music. You can leave it as no assignment. It doesn't have a major difference. And then where it says work of the title, you put the name of the song. So the song is Back in Ill City. I'm going to copy that. And then the time of the song is 2 minutes 31 seconds. So you can type that in. It's 31 seconds. So first one's hours, the next is minutes, and then the next is seconds. So you put that in. And then subtitles. Sometimes the song is referenced as Back in Ill City featuring King Sozi. So add that subtitle, and then I want to just change the featuring to FT King Sozi. So that's if there's another potential name for the same song. So that's why I'm going with those two variations. And then the music consists of music and text. So music is if it's just music, music and text if there's lyrics, and lyrics text if it's just lyrics. So this is music and text in this card. And then genre, it's a popular genre. So this is for things like Goma, piano, charting music, pop music effectively. Music type, so this is where the genres are in. This one is a hip-hop song. Now they may not have the genre that you want exactly, so go something close. So for Amapiano and Goma, you could probably get away with dance or electronic. So this is a hip-hop or rap song, so you could put rap music. I'm gonna keep it as rap music. And then performing artist is myself, so SkillMusicSA. And then next step. So this is the reason why you never actually need to you don't register your artist name, because every time you might change your performing artist name in the future. So I just leave SkillMusicSA right there at the bottom. And then you go into the rest of it. This is the next point, is to share the information. So this is the information of the writer. So the role, I was the composer and I was the author. So composers are the beat maker, typically speaking, and the author is the person who wrote lyrics. And then in terms of my agreement with King Sozi, we're going 50-50 split. Now, this is not necessarily how you'd always do it. Realistically, if you're the beat maker, you're allowed 50%. And if you also the author, you get some of the author's share. But just because I want to be, it's to promote goodwill, I'm keeping it 50-50 with King Sozi with this regard. And we did write the song quite a long time ago, so I'm going to leave it as 50-50. Then you say add notification. And then once you add notification, you can add additional people. So this is where I'm going to add another person. So natural person, this is if you don't know if someone has the IPI number or not. So King Sozi's full name is Sozi, and his surname is Makoma. And then his role was as an author. He just provided lyrics, and I'm giving him 50% of that. So I'm going to add the natural person. And then his name is already there. Alternatively, you can search for him. So I can search Makoma over here in the middle section where it says right owner surname. So I'm going to search for it there to see if he's registered. And you see a bunch of Makomas, and then there he is there, Lonwab. So I want to add him there. And then author, and then you add in the 50%. Yeah, it's going to give me problems now because I'm giving him 0 there, but I can click there and then remove him from here. So yes, remove him. So I typically search first. If they're not there, then I add natural person. So if you don't, like, if you know the person is not a SAMRO member, typically if you're getting beats from BeatStars or these other platforms, then you add the natural person how I did the first way. But if they are a SAMRO member, you can search for him this way with the search, and then you add them. So I'm just going to edit this so I can change that percentage back to give him the 50%. And then there we both are. So I'm the composer, the beatmaker, and the artist, and Source was the artist that jumped on the track. So next step, instruments is to add instruments. You don't necessarily have to fill these in. It's just nice to know. So I'm just gonna add in drums. Instruments, instrumentation. I'm gonna leave this out as well. You don't have to fill this in. This is an optional section. So I'm gonna leave that out. And then title summary. This is to double check if everything is okay. SkillMusicSA, right? So you're happy with this, and then you click next step, and then you can add another title. So I'm not going to do that because I've already notified it. And then confirmation, indicate agree with the terms and condition, and then click on submit. And then submission successful. So I've successfully notified with SAMRO. Moving on to Capasso. So Capasso portal.capasso.co.za, and then you click on log in, and then you see a list of everything that's been notified for me. Some of these tracks were added by Capasso, actually speaking, now that I think about it. Okay, so now right at the top left hand side, you add musical work. And then you can add in the musical work. So this is back in your city. And then ISWC you get from SAMRO, but you might not have it, so you can leave it empty. The version type is the original work. I'm going to make it original work, but you can also leave this blank. Where the stars are is where you must fill in. So music type, I'm going to leave it as general usage because it could be used in other things. I'm just going to leave it as general usage. And then transaction type, I'm going to leave it as music work information add. So I'm adding the information for the musical work. The type of write, so since Capasso deals with mechanical write, so I'm going to click on mechanical write. And then category, domestic or international. If you want Capasso to be able to work beyond the South African framework, you put in international, but I'm going to leave it as domestic for now. And then lyric arrangement, I could leave that out, or I can put in new, so I'm going to leave it blank. And arrangement, I'm going to leave it blank too. So if you're not totally sure, leave it blank. If there's a star, then you change. But when I got into here, most of the things were already filled in, which is the nice part. Library, I don't have to add anything in library release because this is not a library song, it's my kind of work. And then over here I write in the writers, so I have to find myself there. So you click on the search and then you look for yourself. This is going to take a problem. HACK. Takes some time to load for some reason. UO. So it takes time to find, and then there you are. I don't know why there's one with an F in there, but then again, G and F are next to each other. This is usually when you see letters that are next to each other, usually means whoever was typing made an error. G and F are next to each other on the keyboard. That's a random event. Okay, so this is myself. Anga Awonge there. Role, composer and lyricist. Copyright share 50%. 50% on the MR share. MR stands for mechanical right, and PR stands for performance right. And then the society for mechanicals, Capasso, performance rights, society is SAMRO for now anyway. Okay, and then writer in work. So then I want to add another writer. This is for Sozizwe's one. So it takes some time to write, and there he is. He's a direct writer. So I've probably registered a song with him before, or he registered himself beforehand, but he's a direct writer, so I can put it in there. I'm not too sure why he doesn't have a Capasso number before. But anyway, and then his role over here again, he is a writer, arranger, composer, lyricist. He's a lyricist in this case, an author, also known as author. And then his copyright share is 50, and then performance share is 50. And then he's part of Capasso, he's part of SAMRO, he has no publishers. So that is the second person that's been added. If you want to remove the person on the right hand side, you can remove him there. And then if you want to add a new person, you click on add new, and then you can add their details over there. Okay, now to go into the record details, this is back in Hill City, spell that right, back in our city. And then version title, there's no version title, so subtitle 1 I can put in there, that featuring King Sozi. And then subtitle 2 I use a different version of how they write featuring. And then ISRC, your ISRC, if you're using DistroKid or something similar, you can get the ISRC from them, or you may have a sheet for it already. So I'm going to put in the IRC that I've generated myself since I'm registered with RISA. I'll leave a link in the description on how to go about getting that. And then languages in English, the duration is 0 hours 02 and then 31 seconds. So the release date was the 20th of November. Former recording artist is SkillMusicSA. There I am there. And then record label, I'm going to leave that empty because there is no record label. So alternative titles not mentioned in recording section, so you can put in alternative titles again in here. Let me just add one. I'm just going to add the same thing over there. And then over here, artist performing works not mentioned in the recording section, so add another performing artist. This is where I want to add King Sozi. So I have to add a new one. His first name is, so you just add in, sorry, I'm going a little fast, ain't I? So on the right hand side where it says add new, you add in their name manually. And then on the stage name, you put in King Sozi. And then you can leave the ISNI number out and the notes, and then click on save. And then you can scroll down. Information is correct. Declare liability. Make sure that's there. And then click on save. Then once it's saved, you will see it says there may be some errors. So it says at least one writer must match the writer notifying this work. So what you see here, there's multiple of me. So there's one that says no IPI name, and then there's one that says direct writer. So I'm going to choose direct writer for now to see if this actually helps with the area. There's some bugs with the system. I know every time I try to register, I have to kind of figure out why it's not working. Then you can go click save again. Then the error is still there. Direct writer is the problem. And then there's an issue with the role not allowed in original works. So lyricist is not there. I'm not too sure why that doesn't allow. So I'm going to make him a composer and a lyricist just to try get through the process. And then click on save again. And then there it allows you. So you saw I had to make a few changes just to make sure the the actual notification went through, but make sure whatever the error is, just read what the error is and then submit. Now to register with SAMPRA. So for SAMPRA, there's I always forget the name of the SAMPRA portal because everything else is portal.capasso. But for SAMPRA, I use Google, go SAMPRA portal, and then you can see it's connect.sampra.co.org.za. So when in doubt, just go straight to Google SAMPRA portal, and then you see there's the login page. So I've already showed you how to sign up. I'll leave it in the description below. So this one is just to notify the work. So sign in. Okay, so now you see there's some pending approvals, my music, and then view report. So what I'm interested in is over here, my music. It says you have no tracks linked to you. Why don't you add all your tracks? Interesting. But anyway, notify my tracks. And then when you're in there, you notify the name of the track. So the name of the track is back in Ill City. I'm going to remove that alternative title, and the stage name is for SkillMusicSA. So the first thing it wants to search if the song is actually there. The track is not found, so then add the track over here, add new track. So they actually want to upload supporting documents. I'll get back to that just now. But then the performing role, so there's a featured artist, non-featured, and other featured artists. So featured artist, if you're the main act, if your name appears in the track, then you write featured. So featured artist, it actually tells you here a solo artist and who's the name the track was recorded, a member of the band is also a featured performer. So then you say next. And then the track data, single name is called Back in Ill City 2, not 2 but as well. And then the band name SkillMusicSA, the release year is 2024. Then the ISRC code, you should have a sheet where you document all your ISRC codes, and then you put in your ISRC code over there. Then right at the bottom you click on next, and then when you're here it says featured performer's name and then other featured artists. So this is usually producers, people that don't get main name, and then non-featured artists, but I'll get back into that just now. And then I'm going to, so let's add a featured artist. I found when I'm searching, the best way is to use the person's ID name, and then there you'll see it over there. So I'm going to add him and then add again. So there's his full name, there I am. Stage names are not included, but that's okay for now. And then once the performers have been reviewed, so they automatically assign royalty splits in SAMPRA based on where you feature in terms of the track. Then you click on next, and then this is where you review, click on terms and conditions, and then you submit the track. Song has been notified, then you click on done. And then if you want to see what's happening, view status, no pending cases. So there's no pending cases. And then on the right hand side, you can search for tracks. Let's see what happens here. And then if you search for it, you'll actually find it there. There's my track Back in Your City.
Don't forget that I also have a mini course titled Understanding Music Publishing in South Africa. So the link is in the description and will pop up in the screen somewhere. That will help you understand why you want to register yourself and your music with the CMOs. Until next time.